So here we are. I think we are live. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon if you're further to my east. Yeah, or even good evening if you're in the Americas, maybe, or maybe very early in the morning. Hi there, Vitali. Great to have you. Hi there, SSV. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Renyard. Hi, Jack. Perfect timing. Hi, Zhenya. And I think that's probably it for the moment. Well, but we'll have more people any second now. Okay, so let's see. Renyard. Well done, Renyard. Yeah. Aubrey Beardsley, Black Ink. Aubrey Beardsley is a wonderful artist. So, next stream on Thursday, the 2nd of March at 4 p.m. UK time. Okay, and that will be Thursday is sentence transformation. So here we go. Let's time to rock and roll. This was about how language affects the way we think. You can still hear the birds chirping. Okay, so here comes the first one. It's good morning in the UK now, very definitely. Bogdan, lovely to have you. So, Athanasopoulos recalls an incident which lay bare how this can intervene, interrupt, interfere, impede with navigation. Okay, so yes, conceptually, languages are different when it comes to navigation. I certainly learnt that in Spanish in, for example, the concept of in front of. Yeah? In front of in English is the same side of the road. Yeah, it's that Greek chap again, absolutely. Okay, so, how this can impede know with, yeah? Can impede navigation know with. Ronan, lovely to see you. Can intervene. Normally intervene in. But to intervene is when somebody comes and stops a fight or mediates between two groups. Okay, so or maybe the central bank intervenes because the price of the currency is dropping. Okay, so intervene. To intervene is to start doing something about a situation, particularly if it's not your situation. Interfere with, absolutely. Interfere with. To interrupt. Well, can interrupt navigation. Well, maybe you interrupt your journey to do something, but no. So definitely. So we've got interfere from Vitali, SSV, Zhenya, Bogdan, Jack, Patricia, and Renyard. And yes, can interfere with. Oh, I need my capital letters. INTERFERE. Can interfere with navigation. Okay. Yes. While working, let me put this here. It's better if I do it like this. While working on a linguistic project, he went for a march, trudge, plod hike with a group of international researchers in the English countryside. Okay, so he went with a group of researchers in the countryside. Okay, this looks quite easy. So, what is the nuance with trudge and plod? Yeah. Okay, and I think also march has a different nuance as well. Okay, this one looks quite easy. And Ramil, lovely to see you. Welcome, Ramil. Oh, and welcome Bogdan as well, by the way. So, we've got hike for SSV, Zhenya, Vitali, Renyard, Bogdan, Ramil, and Patricia. Okay, so to go hiking, to go for a hike in the country, very definitely. Okay, if you hobble, it means you've twisted your ankle. If you hobble, you can't walk well. You've got a problem. Yeah? Okay. Trudge and plod, you do it with difficulty. Yeah? If you trudge or plod, you are tired. I trudged home after a hard day's work, trudging through the snow. Plod, plod, walking. Plod is also actually a name for a policeman because he's always plodding the street. Okay, so hike for Ronan, definitely. You go for a hike. And a march is what soldiers do. Yeah? A route march. It sounds like you've got some sergeant major shouting at you. Yes, if you trudge or if you plod, absolutely, Vitali, you're tired. Yeah? But this is hiking. You go for a hike. Yeah? A hike through the countryside. Encumbered by tiredness, trudge, absolutely. Hike means to walk in the countryside, yeah? To go hiking, to go walking. It has something to do with going up and down hills and across country, yeah? You go hiking for a holiday, yeah? You go hiking for 2 weeks in the Alps. You could go hiking in the Himalayas. Jack. Plod suggests with difficulty, more figurative than trudge. Yes, plod. Yeah, I always remember plodding in the rain. Yeah, plod. It's the idea of your feet. Plod. Okay, let me put this in here as well. Whoops. Of course, it's too long. Okay. Aiming to get from a town to a small village, they had to get through a private estate by walking across a field, as instructed by a sign with a message, the message, walk across the field diagonally. Hike rhymes with like. So, great to have you, radio jockey. Okay, Vitali's now explained why it is the answer. Because it has this specific message, yeah? To limp, to hobble, walk with difficulty. Okay, so, let's see, with a message. But they give us the specific message. The message says, walk across the field diagonally. Therefore, it's specific, and therefore, the. So, we've had the from Zhenya, from Renyard, from SSV, from Jack. It's this particular message, walk across the field diagonally, and therefore, it's the message. Yeah, with the following message. The for Bogdan. The message is the is better than a because it's telling you the specific one. I guess you could say a, but the is much better. The message. Okay. So with the message as follows. Okay. Let's continue. Good morning, Pooja. Lovely to have you. So, to the English and Spanish speakers, this was spontaneous, intuitive, judicious, clairvoyant. But a German speaker hesitated, looking slightly confused. Okay. So, to the English and Spanish speakers, this was spontaneous, intuitive, judicious, clairvoyant. But a German speaker hesitated, looking slightly confused. Okay, this one looks like it's going to be quite easy. It looks like this one you have down pat. The talented Monsieur Ripley. Yeah, because it's the specific one, and that's the point. Okay, so we got intuitive for SSB, for Bogdan, for Jack, for Zhenya, for Vitali, and for Renyard. And for Pooja as well. Okay, if something is spontaneous, you don't prepare it. It just happens. You just do it. If something is judicious, it's careful. Patricia's gone for intuitive as well. If somebody's clairvoyant is somebody that can see the future. Intuitive, this means that you use your intuition. The meaning is obvious. Yeah, you don't have to think about it. Yeah, to use your intuition, they just know what to do. So, to the English and Spanish speakers, this was intuitive. It was obvious, but a German speaker wasn't happy with this. Okay, and when shown the path across the field, at the end of which there was a church, she finally resolved, endorsed, stooped, concluded. Ah, so, you mean we should walk towards the church? Yeah. Okay, so when shown the path across the field, at the end of which there was a church, she finally resolved, endorsed, stooped, concluded. Ah, so you mean we should walk towards the church? This one's going to be more interesting. Thank you, Radio Jockey. So, let's see. We've got concluded for Zhenya and Vitali. We've got stooped for Jack. We've got endorsed for Pooja. We've got concluded for Bogdan. We've got concluded for Renyard and Patricia and for SSV. Okay, let's look at some of these then. She finally resolved. To resolve. I think if you resolve to do something, you make a resolution. You decide to do it. So I resolved to go to the gym every day and work out for an hour. Not true, don't worry. Okay. I resolved to do this. Okay, so to stoop means to bend down. Yeah, he stooped to pick up some money that was on the ground. Yeah, the Hunchback of Notre Dame has a stooped figure. To stoop is to bend down. Yeah. We also have a phrasal verb to stoop to reduce yourself in status to doing something. Okay, to endorse is to support something. So I endorsed a particular candidate, is to give support to. Yeah? To stoop, to bend down, exactly. Yeah, at home, gym, yes, exactly. I can do it well. Okay, so to endorse is normally to support a candidate, to support something. To conclude, to resolve, to draw a conclusion. So, this is it. We've got concluded for Zhenya, Vitali, Pooja, Bogdan, Renyard, Patricia, SSV, Renyard. Okay. To stoop and to bend. Okay, so I can bend my arm. Yeah, I'm bending my arm, or I can bend a piece of wood. But to stoop is to bend down to pick something up. To stoop is to go downwards. If something is on the ground, you need to bend down or stoop to get it. Conclude fits best. Absolutely, Jack. So concluded. Okay, absolutely. From process of elimination. Yes, absolutely. Okay. And she needed a start and end point to picture the diagonal. The sign was referring, implying, hinting, citing to. So, we've got referring from Zhenya, Bogdan, Jack, SSV, Pooja, Gonzalo, welcome, buenas, and from Vitali as well. So, let's see. What's the preposition that goes with hinting? What's the preposition that goes with implying, Ramil? Okay, Patricia goes referring to. Renyard goes referring to. Ronan goes referring to. This to is the hint. This to gives us the answer to our question. Yeah, it's definitely referring to. Hinting at. Yeah, so. Hint at, absolutely, Vitali and Patricia. Was implying. Implying doesn't have a preposition. She needed to picture what. So she needed to start and end point to picture the diagonal. The sign was implying. Implying refers to without a to. Yeah, yes, Ramil, exactly. Referring to, that's the point. To imply something, she was implying. And to cite is to quote. Yeah? To cite something the Prime Minister said. Nothing with implying, that's the point. Yeah? And citing, you normally cite something as an example. So the diagonal of the sign was citing, was making a reference to later on. Referring to, it's got to be referring to. Let's try the next one. And here comes the next. 190, perfect. As this body of research grows, it's becoming increasingly clear that language is influencing how we think about the world around us and our transition, lane, passage, avenue through it. Imply is indirect, yes. Yes, Jack, if you imply something, you don't say it directly, but it's implied. Hi, Funda. Lovely to have you. Welcome, Funda. Okay, we've got transition for Vitali, we've got passage for SSV, we've got transition for Bogdan, we've got transition for Ramil, we've got transition for Pooja and Zhenya. Welcome Lionheart, who goes for transition. Patricia goes for passage. Renyard goes for transition. And Jack goes for passage. This is an interesting one. It's great to have you, Funda. So, is influencing how we think about the world around us and our transition through it or our passage through it? Our avenue through it? I think avenue probably means the road, the way we take. I think normally avenues talk about ways of dealing with different things. A lane is definitely on a road, a 3-lane highway. So, I'm going to have to give the answer, aren't I? The original used the word passage and our passage through it. However, I believe the word transition also fits through it, and our travelling through it. Transition to. So could travel let's see, Renyard, I would say our travel through it. Craver, great to have you. I would say our travel through it. Transition, normally our avenue through it. Avenue would fit as well. I think with a transition you're changing from one thing to another. The transition from gas to renewable energies. I think transition does fit, but passage is the original, what they used originally. Okay. We go through life, but can transition through our life. Well, I think the transition from youth to old age is a transition from one state to another. So, which is not to say that any one language is better than another. As Tenebrick argues, a language will originate, arise, amend, germinate, develop what its users need. So this question about which language is best. Languages are different, and in my opinion, different languages are good for different things. Transition fits if we consider another world. Yes, Patricia, definitely. Hello, Haga. I think different languages are good at different things. I think English is very good at obligation, at law, at responsibility, at what you should do. I think other languages are better at different things. Yeah? I think Spanish is a much better language for love or for having fun or for family, for example. I think English for those things is very bad. So I think different languages for different things. I'm told that Inuit is a very good language to talk about snow and cold weather. So Zhenya goes for develop, Gonzalo for develop, Pooja goes amend, Bogdan develop, Craver amend, Reynard develop, Patricia develop. Absoluto, Gonzalo. Los tacos en español suenan muy bien, pero también en inglés, ¿eh? Okay. Lionheart goes for develop. And to demonstrate love. I quite agree, Gonzalo. Yeah, English can be very, very specific. Jack's going to sit this one out. Okay. So, originate what its users need. Originate means the origin is where it comes from. And the language doesn't originate what the users need. The need for the users' needs originate from the world that they live in. Funda goes for develop. A language will arise. Well, firstly, it's arise from. Yeah, I think maybe language will arise from what its users need. A language will amend. Will change. To amend is to change, and the language isn't going to change what you need. The needs are going to change the language. We've got develop for Haga. English is extremely hoity-toity and snobby. Yeah, English is a very good language to be snobbish in. I love it, Patricia. To germinate. Okay, the language doesn't germinate. To germinate is begin. Yeah, but a language will develop, will change. The development of the language, definitely. What its users need. So the language will change and will add the things that the users need within it. So, very good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try the next one. I think this is the... No, it's not the last, but it's very close. Here. But being alert, wise, aware, wary of how languages differ can help you think, navigate and communicate better. So, Vitali says wary, SSV says aware. Yes, I have visited India. I visited Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Zhenya goes for aware, Bogdan aware, Renyard aware. English is very malleable, I quite agree. Wary means to be careful of. Yes, Zhenya. Jack goes aware, Ramil goes wary, Gonzalo goes for aware, Pooja goes for aware, Lionheart for aware, Patricia for aware of. So, let's see. Being alert to. You've got to be alert to. But being wise to. Funda goes for aware as well. Okay. Full of coconut trees and beautiful spices, Jack. Yeah. Wary is circumspect. Craver goes for wary. Let's see. I think both aware and wary would work. But if you're wary, you're being very careful. You're being reticent. You're not taking any danger. However, if you're aware of something, it's just knowing, understanding. Yeah, I think wary of fits, but aware of, just understanding. Being aware of how languages differ, just understanding how languages differ, can help you. Yeah, it just slightly different meanings. Vitaly, I think they both fit, but aware sounds better. It's nothing to be afraid of. That's the point, and that's why aware is a better answer. And you embrace the cultural differences, SSV. I have to also say the place I really, really liked was Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's a beautiful place. It's less stressful than India. So, and while being multilingual, you while being multilingual won't necessarily make you a genius. We can all gain a fresh opinion, perspective, scenery, prospect, and a more flexible understanding of the world by learning a new language. Yes, this is a strong collocation. I quite agree, Jack. So, perspective for SSV, for Zhenya, for Renyard, for Jack, for Gonzalo, for Vitali, for Bogdan, for Jack, for Funda, for Patricia, for Pooja, for Craver, for Lionheart. Sri Lankans are more laid back, absolutely. They're more relaxed about things. Yeah? They just take it easier. Wow. Except when it comes to politics. Mind you, the Indians as well. Okay, so to a fresh perspective, a fresh point of view. Yeah, a fresh point of view. And that is the last one. So let's just do one from the next article we're going to do. The next article we're going to do talks about the myth of the evil stepmother. And I'm even going to give you the link here as well. Okay, so... and let's try this. Popular culture tells us that stepmothers are mean, neglectful, even deadly. Yet there's little evidence to support the myth. Why does it conquer, prevail, outweigh, vanquish, overpower? Yes, Indians are cool too. Let's see. In India, there is much more overcrowding than there is in Sri Lanka. There's more space, although people in Sri Lanka are definitely poorer. Okay, so this one looks easy as well. Popular culture tells us that stepmothers are mean, neglectful, even deadly. Yet there's little evidence to support the myth. Why does it conquer, prevail, outweigh, vanquish, overpower? And we've got... yeah, Indians are cool too. I quite agree, P. So, let's see, Jack. We've got prevail for Jack, we've got prevail for Genia, for SSV, for Pooja, for Gonzalo. Neglectful and negligent. I think negligent is more serious than neglectful. You neglect to do something, you don't do what you should. Negligent is more serious. Yeah, is not doing something that could have very, very serious consequences if you don't do it. Prevail for Vitali, for Bogdan. Prevail for Reynard. Prevail for Patricia. Prevail for Hagar, Lionheart. Sherwin, lovely to see you. Vanquish, to beat, to conquer. To vanquish an enemy. Yeah, we are still trying to vanquish COVID. Yeah, to conquer. An invader conquers a country. Alexander the Great conquered half the world. He vanquished his enemies. To outweigh. Why does it outweigh? But you need more. X outweighs Y. To outweigh, to be more important than. To overpower. The smell, the flavour of chili overpowered the subtle tastes of other spices. Yeah, but to prevail is to be prevalent, to be number one, and to continue. So something prevails, it's in the lead, it's more powerful than everything else, and it carries on. So prevail. To prevail. And that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the point where we stop today. All of them say prevail. Conquer. Outweigh. Vanquish. That's very good, Genia. I love it. You're right. Yeah, prevail is intransitive. All of the others are transitive. Yeah, my name's Alex. Yes, Hagar. Yeah, call me Alex, not Alexander Hagar. Yes. Okay, so thank you all for coming. So let's it's vanquish a craving for ice cream at any hour of the day. It's common courtesy. I like that answer, SSV. Yes, it's true, because in Portuguese it does. Yeah. It's also the way you use sir. Sir is a difficult word to use. Jack, I personally think people in India overuse the word sir. Yeah? Let's see. Next class. Yes, vanquish is a synonym for conquer. It's great to hear you. A tad late, but it doesn't matter, Sherwin. It's lovely to see you. On Thursday, 2nd of March at 4 p.m. UK time. It was a great session. It was great to have you. Let's see the amount. So Jack, the amount SSV uses it, it's just about right. Maybe he goes a little bit over, but notice as a teacher, yeah, to say sir for a teacher is valid. So the kids in school, you put up your hands, me sir, please sir, yeah. It's my pleasure. Encantado, Manu. Prof. Benidorm and Valencia. Well, welcome home, Manu. So, thank you for coming. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Zhenya. Thank you, Manu. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Craver. Thank you, Sherwin and Renyard and Bogdan and Patricia and Manu. Buenos dias, Manu. Hey. Okay, and thank you SSV and Patricia and Hagar and Craver and Sherwin as well and Lionheart and Gonzalo and Pooja and who else do I need to thank? And Funda and Gonzalo and Zhenya and Vitali and Ramil as well. And thank you to anyone else I might have missed. So,